Hi, I'm Deacon Dave Picard from the Office of the Permanent Diaconate. I'd like to thank you all who have contributed to the annual Catholic Appeal.
From the Gray House, thank you, Annual Catholic Appeal donors.
From Catholic Communications, thank you, Annual Catholic Appeal donors.
Thank you from Catholic Charities.
Thank you for supporting the Annual Catholic Appeal.
Coming up on this edition of Reel to Reel.
Boxes of joy heading to the poorest countries in the world in time for Christmas. I'm Kathy Harrington, and I'll have the story.
A living nativity in the south end of Springfield. I'm Carolee McGrath. I'll have the story coming up.
I'm Steve Kiltonic. I'll speak with acclaimed Berkshire author Kevin O'Hara about Volume 2 of A Christmas Journey, 16 new Yuletide tales penned for the Berkshire Eagle.
And I'll take you behind the scenes of Bright Nights, the magical holiday lighting display that's been delighting visitors since 1995. These stories and more are just ahead from Sacred Heart Church in Springfield for this Christmas edition of Reel to Reel. We have a full show filled with joy-filled stories and some musical selections from St. Mary's Academy students in Longmeadow. First up, in the months leading up to Christmas across the country and here in the Diocese of Springfield, shoeboxes have been filled with toys, clothes, rosary beads, and love. A Christmas box decorated with a bow, filled with joy for a child living in poverty. Kathy Harrington introduces us now to some of the people who make that joy possible.
Can you hold this? Hold up the card. Just show it, just like that.
Packing up a box of joy for a little boy they've never met. Elliot, age 7, Gabriel, age 4, and 2-year-old Jameson are hard at work.
Right here, everybody. Yeah, smiles right here. Now I want those smiles. Over here.
Jameson.
There you go. There you go. Fingers out of your mouth. I don't need that.
Capturing this moment in the dining room of the Bordage home is photographer Fred LeBlanc, who's hoping for the best shot to use on the cover of the December Catholic Mirror magazine. Early in October, volunteers at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament in Westfield stacked empty cross-Catholic outreach boxes in the gathering space of the church, encouraging parishioners to take one home.
We started with 125. That was our parish goal for this year. We just put out a stack on the table, and as it goes down, we bring more out.
A women's group introduced Box of Joy team coordinator Jamie Barnes to the project with videos about the ministry.
It was just heartwarming to see these kids who are like, they never get anything. So to get these things were just so exciting for them.
Filling the shoeboxes with gifts for some of the world's poorest children marks the beginning of holiday giving at the parish.
This is the first year we've done a Box of Joy. Gabriel watched the video with me, and then he helped me pick out all the toys for it.
The Bordage family participates in the Salvation Army Angel Tree program, choosing a child the boys can relate to.
We try to teach them that we're pretty lucky, and so it's really nice that we can share and give somebody else some of the things that we get to have. So,
a box filled with Legos, Mario Kart, Spider-Man, socks featuring pizza and stripes, all gifts the boys would love for themselves.
Trying to understand that it's not for them, right? It's for somebody else. That's still a little hard at this age.
That's
or these
true.
ages. But I think the more we do it, the more it becomes normal for them, and then they get a lot of that giving spirit.
Melissa Taylor has been filling boxes of joy for several years. Now she's got help.
We started with just one box, and then as the girls got older, we took 2 boxes, one for each of the girls. They picked out everything for the boxes, made sure that we took older kids, thinking that a lot of people tend to go with the youngers.
Oh, hi, thank you so much. Did you have fun making them? Yeah. Yeah? What do you got? We have a girl and a boy. Very good. Thank you so much.
Harmony and Amaya Ann Taylor understood the assignment.
I feel like kids should get something for Christmas.
I know that other kids in other countries, some kids don't have Christmas, and that could be really sad, and I think everybody should be able to experience the joy of waking up to presents.
Did it make you feel good?
Yeah.
Returned boxes of joy are checked for items not eligible to include no paint, no shampoo, no body wash or perfume. Then the boxes are rubber banded to make sure the contents stay within.
We've done it where we've had some spare boxes, and when they're so bulging, we've created and made some more boxes, and then a few of us have chipped in to pay for that shipping to get those boxes out there.
Donors pay $9 for shipping. The final count reaches 142 boxes of joy, surpassing the parish target. Shipping cartons head to St. Elizabeth Parish in Ludlow and then on to Florida. The boxes of joy heading to countries like Guatemala, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Malawi, and Grenada.
Who's excited to get a box of joy? All right!
Shoe boxes spreading Christmas joy. For Reel to Reel, I'm Kathy Harrington.
And for more information about Boxes of Joy, we have a link for you at iobserve.org. Now, are you ready to hear some little Christmas carolers? Well, the students of St. Mary's Academy in Longmeadow surprised churchgoers with some Christmas songs after Mass on a recent Sunday. Father C.J. Whitetakis joined the group to serenade parishioners. If you're looking for a last-minute Christmas gift, look no further. Berkshire author Kevin O'Hara is back this holiday season with Volume 2 of A Christmas Journey, 16 new tales from his life growing up in Pittsfield. Steve Kiltonick sat down with O'Hara and illustrator David King to discuss the book, which is destined to become a Yuletide classic for Western Massachusetts readers.
In 2021, Berkshire author Kevin O'Hara released A Christmas Journey, which includes 16 nostalgic tales from O'Hara's experience growing up in Pittsfield. All the stories previously appeared at Christmas in either the Berkshire Eagle or its Sunday supplement, the Berkshire Sampler, going back to 1982. Each holiday anecdote captured the true spirit of Christmas, which O'Hara said was instilled in him and his siblings by his parents, who emigrated from Ireland. O'Hara's father, James, was the caretaker of St. Charles and church bell ringer. The family was very involved in the church and St. Charles School, which was staffed by the Sisters of St. Joseph.
My parents were just the right folks, and there were 8 of us children, and that kind of brought the camaraderie together in Christmas. We didn't have much money, but we had enough.
In 2025, O'Hara compiled 16 additional Christmas stories into Volume 2 of A Christmas Journey, which was released this past fall during a book signing at Patrick's Pub in Pittsfield. The format is similar in each book and includes Boyhood Christmas, which follows O'Hara's escapades as a youth, which he chronicled in A Lucky Irish Lad, Hospital Christmas, with uplifting tales from O'Hara's 30-year career as a psychiatric nurse and is a subject of ins and outs of a locked ward. Home for Christmas includes stories from Ireland and O'Hara's experience traveling around Ireland with his donkey Missy, and is the basis for his first book, Last of the Donkey Pilgrims. Plus, Storybook Christmas, which includes 2 whimsical folk tales from Ireland. O'Hara describes his Yuletide tales as short snapshots of events in time.
The central point is it's Christmas and the holidays, and oftentimes redemption or things that just aren't going well, happy endings, basically.
This is the second time O'Hara has collaborated with Pittsfield artist David King, who illustrated both Christmas Journey books.
Dave's artwork inspires me to finish it too. Sometimes I have a story ahead of time, but oftentimes we're doing it together, and he puts his artwork out sometimes before I'm finished my story.
He sends me the stories and I read through them and I try to pick something out that's going to stand out as far as an illustration goes, and then I'll do a sketch of it and send it to him and get his approval before I go any further with it.
He said each illustration takes about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the details. King's favorite illustration is the backdrop for O'Hara's storybook folktale, The Lightkeeper's Daughter.
I started a year ago in May, and with the cover for the book. That's Fastnet Lighthouse. It's off the coast of Ireland. It's a pretty remote lighthouse. There was a couple of different ones I looked at, but I liked that lighthouse the best for that illustration.
Christmas House Calls revolves around Kevin's adventures with his childhood doctor's kit as he attempts to cure his siblings of their ailments.
I always wanted to be a doctor, but I wasn't quite smart enough, and I ended up becoming a nurse.
The yellow lumber truck follows Kevin's imaginative adventures with his childhood pocket buddies, the Three Martians. A crossing guard's Christmas surprise retraces O'Hara's weekly skirmishes with Deadeye, an 8th grade bully.
The nun said, Christmas spirit must dwell in all of us. And that was seemingly so when Deadeye said, come on, let's bring them across the road together.
A pocket full of gifts is from O'Hara's days as a pharmacy assistant at Liggett's drugstore. O'Hara catches a boy stealing Christmas gifts for his sisters, whom the store manager then forgives. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Cat takes place on Jones Wing at the Berkshire Medical Center. Rudolph befriends Hector, a patient, and the 2 lost souls bond immediately.
Rudolph, you wouldn't be able to pet him. She'd scratch you, But yeah, something strange happened. It was sort of miraculous. Again, it was Christmas, right?
Holly's Happy Holiday is a heartwarming story of a terminally ill patient who finds happiness playing his beloved piano one last time thanks to a compassionate Holly. Santa's Christmas Wish is a poignant story of a long-lost reunion between father and daughter on the ice at New York's Rockefeller Center. St. Nicholas of Mindanao features Kevin's wife Belita's father, who, although wealthy, was generous to all Filipinos.
He was like a Gandhi, and people loved him. Everybody loved him. Not just for the pesos that he dish out or hand out, but just the wonderful character he was.
Home for Christmas includes O'Hara's nostalgic reunion with Granny Kelly and bids a fond farewell to the historic footbridge with his 2 sons. As part of his book launch, O'Hara came here to the Berkshire Carousel, where one of the featured attractions is his beloved donkey Missy, whom he traveled around Ireland with in 1979 and was also featured in several of his tales. Inside, the festive atmosphere was decidedly Irish as O'Hara held another book signing event. Missy, the lone donkey among the 32 horses, is popular among riders of all ages. In A Proper Pair of Pilgrims, O'Hara recounts the last leg of his Irish journey as the pair arrive on Christmas Eve at Radigan's Pub.
We were buddies. I mean, we were absolute buddies. In fact, people were amazed how well behaved she was. I didn't even have to hold the reins by her head. The most spontaneous and most ridiculous thing I've ever done in my life has been the most rewarding.
O'Hara's mission is to write 50 Christmas tales. With 40 in the bag, he'll be 87 when the last one appears.
Belita says I should write a couple beforehand just in case. I feel very fulfilled in getting these 2 books out, and when I'm long gone, I can see maybe they'll be on somebody's coffee table years from now. Somebody will pick it up and say, geez, I wonder what this O'Hara was all about. And I'll make sure that my sons put my books in the casket with me, because they'll be my passport through heaven's gates. That's my goal. I'll give a free copy to St. Peter.
O'Hara hinted this year's Christmas story features his middle school days singing in the mostly girls' Requiem choir. That's after being banned an altar boy for all of eternity for being too giddy. For Reel to Reel, I'm Steve Kiltonic.
If you're interested in purchasing O'Hara's Christmas gem, we have a link for you at iobserve.org. You can buy the book online or in person at the Berkshire Eagle store in Pittsfield. And still to come on Reel to Reel, we'll hear more Christmas carols from St. Mary's Youth Choir. And I'll take you behind the scenes to see just what goes into producing the annual Bright Nights scenes at Forest Park in Springfield. It's all still to come on Reel to Reel.
Like Catholic TV on Facebook. Once you're there, you can join in on discussions, make friends with other Catholic TV fans, watch behind-the-scenes videos from the studio,
Just finished this
see 1, 2, 2, and stay up to date with the Catholic world. All this at facebook.com/CatholicTV.
Hi, I'm Deacon Dave Picard from the Office of the Permanent Diaconate. I'd like to thank you all who have contributed to the annual Catholic Appeal.
From the Gray House, thank you, Annual Catholic Appeal donors.
From Catholic Communications, thank you, Annual Catholic Appeal donors.
Thank you from Catholic Charities.
Thank you for supporting the annual Catholic Appeal.
The St. Carlo Acutis Youth Group presented a living nativity at the first Christmas market in the south end of Springfield, December 7th. Carolyn McGrath was there and has the story.
Winthrop Street in Springfield South End looked like a scene from a Hallmark movie in early December, with chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Christmas lights, music, and a guest of honor whose story was told by local teens.
Tonight, we will show the people truly how our Savior was brought into this world.
High school sophomore Logan Forcier, the president of the Sons and Daughters of Italy's St. Carlo Acutis Youth Group, portrayed St. Francis of Assisi in a living nativity held at the Italian market. The living nativity follows in the tradition of St. Francis of Assisi, who created the first nativity scene in Greccio, Italy in 1223.
For the last 3 days, we've had this Christmas feast, and it's been our first annual. I say it went really well. We definitely, are going to work on more and improving more and getting more people here next year. We're just trying to embrace the Catholic and Italian culture more and just try to get more people involved.
Youth group members portrayed the townspeople and the Holy Family, and the presentation was complete with live animals, including a camel, donkeys, cows, goats, and a sheep. The event attracted a large crowd and included a candlelight procession around the grounds of the market. So you're a young guy. Why does this matter to you?
It matters because it's something that my grandmother and my great-grandmother and grandfather would have wanted. My grandmother and great-grandfather were both immigrants. They came down here, and they've just, really amplified my love and dedication to the Italian faith.
God has blessed us greatly.
Sal Costa is Logan's uncle and is the president of the St. Padre Pio 3013 Sons and Daughters of Italy. He is also a member of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish, also in the South End.
When we took over this club a couple of years ago, one of the first things we had to do, it was right around Christmas time, is say we have to make sure we have a beautiful nativity scene because our Catholic faith is the cornerstone of who we are as a people. And to bring this Christmas market together, we said we have to begin and end with Jesus Christ because he's the reason why we're here. He's the reason why we're celebrating Christmas. Although we can have fun with Santa, we can have fun with all this other stuff, to be Christocentric is essential.
Alessia Mikowitz is a member of the youth group and a member of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish.
When I was growing up, my grandma's very, very hardcore Catholic. She reminds me all the time that Christmas is Christmas. It's the day Jesus was born, and that's why it's important.
The Living Nativity caps off a 2-day Italian Christmas market, which began with prayers and a Christmas tree lighting. The St. Padre Pio Sons and Daughters of Italy have been bringing back different traditions to the south end of Springfield to celebrate Italian culture, which of course is rooted in Christ. And now through the Living Nativity, these teens continued in the tradition of St. Francis of Assisi, an Italian saint, putting the focus on Christ this season. Reporting for Reel to Reel in Springfield, I'm Carolee McGrath.
And finally today, the Bright Nights display in Springfield's Forest Park has delighted more than 7 million visitors during the holiday season since 1995. It's a winter wonderland, one of the Northeast's premier holiday lighting experiences. But have you ever wondered what goes into putting this show together every year? Well, I met up with a few of the people who work tirelessly behind the scenes to brighten the lights and the nights. For 32 seasons, Bright Nights has been a unique collaboration between the City of Springfield's Department of Parks, Buildings, and Recreation Management and the Spirit of Springfield, a private nonprofit organization. It's been named 7 times as one of the top 100 attractions in North America. The lights and displays include the Winter Garden, Toyland, Seussland. I'm here with Bill Vizina. He's the manager of Bright Nights for Spirit of Springfield, and we're going to be talking, Bill, about everything that goes into putting together this display that is here in Forest Park in Springfield for how many days and nights?
It goes on for 5 weeks.
5 weeks,
And we go to second shift after we're done setting everything up. We get a power to show up every night, power it down, make sure no one's left in the park. It's we do it for Judy Matt.
Yes, Judy Matt, president of the Spirit of Springfield, and her team works year-round planning for the 40 nights that Bright Nights welcomes visitors to the 3-mile-long display. Over the years, new pieces have been added, but Matt says tradition has kept everything the same.
Everything we have here was here all along, with the exception of the new pieces we've added. We never changed anything out. We just added to them.
Matt says all the light bulbs were changed over several years ago to LED.
We'll have them for years to come, and they do, it is less expensive? People always, ask me about that. Not much, because we're only open 40 nights, so it's not like it's 2 months or 3 months. Then you'd really see the savings. But they are brilliant. They are really brilliant.
The new addition this year is a giant 42-foot Christmas tree with synchronized lighting. It's one of the most complicated displays in Bright Nights.
This is a bakery.
Bakery?
There's sweets up there. This is a selfie station where kids can take pictures of themselves. The whole facade on the front of the building, it's beautiful when it's lit up. You'll
and this is where Santa
And this
comes.
is Santa's cottage, yes it is.
Santa lives here during Bright Nights.
Yep.
Take a guess. How many light bulbs do you think there are?
It's really hard to say. I hear there's 750,000 light bulbs.
And you've probably touched every single
I know
light
every
bulb.
one of them. I know every one of them.
Vizina says the Bright Nights crew starts assembling the displays in October to have it ready for opening day, the day before Thanksgiving.
When we turn it on, I personally have to make sure everything's working. A lot of the stuff is animated. And if it's not working, we have to take the time to fix it.
Northrop Electric installs the satellite electrical boxes.
Not only we have 750,000 light bulbs, we have many, many extension cords we use throughout the park. This is our satellite box that we plug each display into, and there's probably 125 of these boxes throughout the park.
Bright Nights would not be complete without the music that goes along with it, all courtesy of Keith O'Connor, who selects the playlist every season. Visitors can tune into WELF 100.7 FM as they drive through Bright Nights. And on their drive, they can stop by and see Santa himself. O'Connor knows him personally.
When people come to Santa's Magical Forest, we have a bright new display that says welcome, a beautiful arch that was made for us this year along with the tree. And so they come in, yes, they stop at the gift shop, and then they go in and see Santa in his cottage.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa's checking his list twice to see if Sharon is on the nice or the naughty list.
Oh, Santa, I did try my best this year. And O'Connor says his playlist is available on Apple Music and can bring cheer any time of the year.
Wouldn't it be great if we could listen to Christmas music all year round? That would be the greatest thing, and spread joy and love and peace all year round.
And if you haven't been to Bright Nights yet this season, you still have time. It runs through January 4th. And that's our program for today. Thank you so much for joining us. A reminder for viewers of the Chalice of Salvation, the Christmas edition will air on Christmas morning at 11 a.m. on WWLP TV 22. That's 11 a.m. Christmas morning. It will be a broadcast of the Christmas Eve liturgy from St. Michael's Cathedral in Springfield, celebrated by Springfield Bishop William Byrne. Next weekend on Reel to Reel, we will be re-airing the full series of the 2025 Catholic Communications Jubilee Year Pilgrimage to Italy on our year-end edition of Reel to Reel, so you don't want to miss that. And all the segments can also be viewed right on our own YouTube page. We have a link for you at iobserve.org. There you can also find the latest news of the Catholic Church here in Western Massachusetts and around the world. We are also on Facebook, so follow us there at Catholic Communications. And with Christmas just around the corner, we have a list of Christmas Mass times for Catholic parishes across Western Massachusetts. You can view that at diospringfield.org, the official website of the Diocese of Springfield. And I invite you to join me next week at this same time for Reel to Reel, your window on the world around you. See you then, and have a very Merry Christmas.
Reel to Reel is a production of the Catholic Communications Corporation, funded in part by the annual Catholic Appeal, and the support of you, our faithful viewers.